Welcome to the exciting launch of the brand new Robolinux LXDE Raptor version 8.2 LTS 2020, which runs Windows XP 7 and Windows 10 inside it, completely virus free. Two words describe this new version: radically fast. Built on 100% raw Debian 8.2 stable source code from the ground up, it uses a very small amount of RAM. Indeed, it's the one that uses the lowest amount of RAM of all Robolinux Raptor versions. This is another Robolinux Series 8 intensely fast, streamlined, and beautiful operating system that boots up and shuts down in just a few seconds flat. A mind-numbing amount of time and effort equaling thousands of man-hours went into building these totally new 32 and 64-bit operating systems. My name is John Martinson. I'm the founder of Robolinux. You can call me Robo. Everyone else does. Today, I'm going to be your pilot in the cockpit of this newly released, radically fast, meticulously refined, and optimized, rock-solid Robolinux LXDE Raptor 64-bit version, which is loaded with all your favorite programs, plus 12 incredibly powerful security and privacy apps to keep you really safe. Best of all, it runs your favorite Windows apps inside it natively too. What you're going to see in this test drive is radical speed, ease of use, unparalleled productivity, and unprecedented configurability so you can customize it to your heart's content. This may be the fastest LXDE desktop version on the planet. I'm going to keep this test drive video as brief as possible, as it would take me many hours to show you everything. The best thing to do is download the live version for free on SourceForge and take it for a spin. You'll enjoy it. It's time to show you around the LXDE Raptor main menu in the bottom taskbar. It's not only beautiful but also incredibly intuitive and easy to operate. As you can see, the menu structure is very well organized and easy to operate. You'll note that I have a right panel. That could be on the left or on the top left or top right. And this is where I can load applications and even operating systems. Now, of course, as usual, you can scroll through your desktops here, really quickly, and I'll be showing you more of that later. Now, one of the things I love about this new LXDE version is the dual pane file manager. This is pretty cool, guys. So when you click that, you can just go basically from one folder to the other, and you can drag folders or files. It's very helpful with external drives and USB sticks. One of the great improvements to LXDE desktop, as you can see here to the right, just to the right of the main menu, we've got Catfish File Search. Look at what you can do with this. You can search for files modified anytime this week, custom, file type, documents, folders, images, music, videos, applications, and other. Other is custom. Windows 10 is already loaded in desktop number 6 and Windows 7 in desktop number 7. I used the Robolinux C drive to VM support package that we invented back in April 2014 to instantly clone and install Windows 10 and 7 with all their programs and updates in just a few minutes. Then I used Stealth VM, which we also invented, to instantly convert the C drive clones, which were not compatible with VirtualBox, into compatible VirtualBox VMs in seconds. This makes moving your Windows OS with all your apps and updates to any new PC or laptop a piece of cake. You can learn more about C drive to VM by clicking on the C drive to VM icon right here on the desktop, and that will take you to the web page and explain how it works. In the first desktop, I'm going to load Thunderbird from my nifty right side panel. There we go. In desktop number 2, I'm going to load Tor browser. Now, that could have been I2P running in Firefox or Google Chrome, or both. That's up to you. You'll notice that Robolinux LXDE Raptor has most of your favorite apps already installed and ready to go. That saves you time, people. You can also one-click install and uninstall any app. There's about 40 or 50,000 of them. Plus we've got installers. I'll show you those later. What you end up with is totally up to you. Let's load Banshee Music Player and VLC in desktop number 3. Just hit the menu here, go up to Sound and Video, click Banshee, and Sound and Video again, and load your VLC video player. Okay, now in desktop number 4, I'm going to load Shotwell. I've got a few photos that I've collected here, and there's Shotwell in desktop number 4. In desktop number 5, I'm going to load the brand new LibreOffice. It was just upgraded in the Debian Upstream 8.2. So we have that here. I'm going to go ahead and just load Calc, and I'm going to load Writer. Boy, they have really improved these. Here we go. Okay. Now, let's just say, you want to run Office. Well, you can do that in Robolinux. In fact, all of our operating systems. So I'm going to go to desktop number 7, where I have Windows 7 running, and I am going to load Excel, Word, and PowerPoint. Wow, that was blistering fast, huh? I'll tell you how we do that at the end of this video. Okay, let's go through all of the apps. Now I'm going to do it really fast. It's, as I said, it's much better just to download the live version and you go through it all yourself, but I'll do it as briefly and swiftly as possible for you. Accessories, here you've just got, it's wonderful. We give you 2 editors, LeafPad and mEdit. Now mEdit is really wonderful because it remembers all of the files that you just loaded. Lucky Backup, that's really awesome because that's going to allow you to migrate quickly from one Linux OS to another in just a few minutes. But be sure you restore only your data files, or you'll lose, you'll actually mess up your Linux system. And of course, we've got the stealth fault, decrypt and extract, and stealth fault, encrypt and hide. Those are really nifty apps that we created so that you can hide your most sensitive data. Drivers. We have over 150 custom Wi-Fi printer and video drivers that are available for you to install in just one click. Need a custom built driver? No problem. We make those available to you here too. Just send an email to tech support, and then when the custom built driver is ready, simply click here to install it. It's that easy. Look at this. We've got custom built printer drivers, custom built system modification for companies that need special code and don't want to hire programmers. Custom built video driver, we never get those because we've got all the video drivers down here. It's just amazing. Custom built Wi-Fi drivers, we do get an occasional one now and again. And then of course lots of printer drivers already installed. Don't worry, HP's already set up, wireless too. Education. We only have one educational app installed right now, but you can install thousands of educational apps from the package manager, which I'll show you in a second, or Synaptic, because Debian has, as I said, 40 or 50,000 free apps you can install in just a couple of clicks. Hey, we don't have any games either, but listen to this. There are thousands of them available. And what's really cool is now you can run Steam inside this version and all Robolinux Raptor versions if you want to. Graphics. Well, of course, a PDF document viewer. And one of my favorites, the GIMP. Boy, that is a lot easier than Photoshop. I just love it. And LibreOffice Draw, Shotwell I already showed you, and your Xane image scanning program. Installers. These are custom installers that we created just for you because we listened to our customers. Let's look at these. 90% of these apps can't be found in the software package manager or installer or Synaptic. So we've got the latest and greatest Firefox 32 or 64-bit version right here. We actually host those on our server so you can get them lickety split, and we bear the cost of that bandwidth and management of the servers. So you've got Google Earth 32 or 64-bit, depending on which version of Robolinux you download. You got Plex Media Server. An amazing free app, just one click away from being installed. Try doing that yourself, and unless you're pretty good with the command line, you're probably not going to pull that off. Kdenlive Video Editor, very powerful. Okay, we no longer have popcorn time. It got shut down. But good news. You can watch your Netflix movies in Google Chrome, and there's no more need for the silly Silverlight any longer. Thank you, Netflix and Google. You will also notice that, of course, we have the I2P installer and John Doe, which is another secure anonymous web browsing package. I talked about Kdenlive and Plex, and we've got Shutter installer. This is probably the most advanced screenshot program ever written. Um, and of course, you've got your Thunderbird Enigmail installer and your Tor 64-bit browser installer, Tor chat installer. I highly recommend using that. UGet installer, this is awesome, allows you to pause and resume your downloads. You really should use that if you've got a flaky internet connection when you're downloading files. Internet. Here you have Deluge Torrent Client. We really believe it's the best one. You've got your most current stable Firefox version. You've got Google Chrome, and of course it's current as well. Pigeon, a multi-chat client fully encrypted. Remote desktop viewer allows you to log into someone else's computer if they want you to. Or you can do vice versa. Robolinux news tips and upgrades. This shows you which version you're running of Robolinux, and it keeps you up to the minute about all the new Robolinux versions and the Robolinux Open Source Software Foundation funding and all that's going on with that. And of course some cool tips as well. Now you'll notice you already have Skype installed. That's another one that's really tough to do. Most people probably can't handle that in the 64-bit version. It's easy in the 32, but it's very tough in the 64. And of course we got the newest Thunderbird. This one's 38.03, and it comes with calendaring, and it's pretty much everybody's favorite. It's wonderful. And under Office, of course, you know, we're going to have all the LibreOffice, and this is our most current version of LibreOffice. It was just upgraded very recently in the 8.2, as I mentioned earlier, from Debian upstream. Now, you also, of course, have, you know, some nifty tools like the HPLIP fax utility and a fax address book. I don't know if you use faxes anymore, but we include things so that people have them available. Sound and video, we've seen a few of these in this demonstration. You've got Audacity, that's wonderful for recording audio, and I talked about and showed Banshee, and Brasero is our DVD burner. We've got Gnome M Player, another one. ISOmaster, really neat if you want to make your own ISOs. Kazam, unbelievable, I mean really powerful. I'm using it right now. That one is your screencaster, so you can record your screen of your desktop. And you've got another music player, a really lightweight one, LX Music, and of course Pulse Audio, drastically improved now, just works wonderfully. Sound Juicer, another neat one. You can rip your CDs and put them into your music programs such as Banshee, and of course VLC, I showed that earlier. Stealth VM. People, listen up, this is pretty cool stuff. Here you can install and run Windows XP if you want to, and Windows 7 and Windows 10. In just one click, it creates a Windows VM. This saves you time, folks, and it does way more than that. It makes Windows XP 7 or 10 totally virus proof. Check it out and you'll see it really does. We invented this. It runs on all 500 Linux operating systems as well. So if you like distro hopping, no problem. You know, it runs on Ubuntu, it runs on Mint, it runs on RPM operating systems. Okay. This technology is really awesome, especially the stealth data sync. You can't do that in VirtualBox or VMware because they don't offer that. Also, the one-click VM backup and restore eliminates fiddling around in VirtualBox. People, this saves you a lot of time. It's common sense. You can read about it on our website. Check out our other invention, as I mentioned earlier, C drive to VM, another radical time saver. Saves you 8 hours of installing Windows XP 7 or 10 with all the updates and all your software and all your data. It is perfect for Windows OEM machines with no installed disks. What I love about it is when I reinstall a new version of Linux, which I do quite frequently, then I just run it, and then I can put the Windows C drive image file, which is incompatible with VirtualBox, into any new Linux distro downloads folder, and in one click, StealthVM converts that incompatible VHDX file into a VDI file, and I have Windows up and running in seconds. I installed Windows 7 and 10 here in less than 15 minutes. I mean, it's that easy when you've got C drive to VM. People, this is Windows on the go, a serious time saver for the technically challenged. This is going to save you from pulling out your hair and from cursing at your PC or laptop. You heard that right. You can move your copy of Windows to any machine you want to in seconds flat. Thousands of users have downloaded it and love it. We released both C drive to VM and Stealth VM back in April 2014. System tools. Okay, let's just go over the really kind of just highlight the most important ones, because we've got a ton of stuff in here and I could just go on for hours. You get your auto upgrade Robolinux version here. One click, if there's a new version, it'll tell you, and if you want it, you can get it, and that's nice. And of course, create a root user account if that's something you want to do. And you got gparted, really important. GDebi package installer, those are great. You look at this, you got your firewall configuration here. And a root terminal, those are helpful. Rootkit check, that's another one that we wanted to put in here so you could have peace of mind. And Synaptic, of course. And you can see I have my Windows 10 and Windows 7 already added to the main menu, so I can move them to the panels, and I'll show you how to do that in a tutorial on our FAQ. Preferences, this is kind of the settings in LXDE. We have settings in our Cinnamon and Mate versions, and I believe, oh yeah, also the XFCE. So here you're going to see where you can add and remove software. That's neat, folks. A lot of people miss that one. I don't know why. It's pretty neat. And you've of course got your flash player. Bluetooth manager, something we didn't have in the previous Series 7. That's very nice. Customize a look and feel, set your keyboard and mouse. You know, here I had to install an NVIDIA driver because I've got a brand new NVIDIA card, so I've got the server settings running, and that was nice. One click install for that driver. Open box configuration, more customizing for your desktop. Set up your printer. You got your pulse audio preferences, vastly improved pulse audio now, and of course screensaver, and change your time of day. And look at this, here's something new too. Users and groups, add or remove users and groups. Never used to have that in LXDE. You guys are great at LXDE. And how do you log out? How do you shut down? Well, you just simply go to the bottom left main menu here and go to log out. And you will see you can do, look at this, you can now suspend, hibernate, switch users, lock screen, of course log out, and reboot and shut down. And I'm just going to hit cancel. That was incredibly fast, wasn't it? Maybe you're wondering how we made Robolinux LXDE Raptor so fast. Actually, it's radically fast. It's the fastest Robolinux Raptor we've ever built, okay? I told you I'd tell you how we do this. Well, actually, it's pretty simple. It's because we built Robolinux with raw Debian source code with no bloat. This is Robolinux's 15th and 16th operating system we've built in the last year, designed so that Windows VMs, and in particular this one really, I mean, it just scorches fast with VMs, but it allows VMs or virtual machines to run as fast as possible. People, this is an enormous amount of work. On May 1st, 2015, Robolinux created the Robolinux Open Source Software Foundation, the ROSSF, in order to significantly improve Linux desktop software applications written by Linux third-party developers who have no funding but really want to polish their apps for you. We do require all users who download any Robolinux operating system to join as a member, actually a premium member, for a minimum, I mean, just $2. Every Linux user can afford to join the ROSSF, especially because it benefits them. Unfortunately, most users have been complacent about this awesome opportunity. Again, that directly benefits them by improving the software apps that they use in Linux for free. People, we're paying for these servers. We're paying for this download bandwidth. It's expensive. We're also paying for the development management for the third-party developers. You know, this is a burden to Robolinux. We're doing this for you. Take advantage of it. Therefore, I urge you once again to join the ROSSF. You can read all about it on our About web page. Just go to the About web page, and as you can see, we provide monthly audits so you can be sure that this is a 100% legitimate foundation. Thank you for your time watching this Robolinux video. I hope you have a great day, and may God bless you and your family.